going on, guys? This video is sponsored by Inno Supps, and I just want to give a disclaimer. These reviews are based on my thoughts on the product at hand. I was lucky enough to get my hands on this product, so I definitely think that it's going to be beneficial to me. But at the same time, I want you guys to understand that these products are all based off of things that will work for me, not based off of everything that I know will work for you. So you should make sure that you take everything with a grain of salt. Be advised that these statements are not backed by the Food and Drug Administration, and they are not meant to treat or cure disease. Quarter 1, an amazing time to try to get everything that you had planned from last year and everything you got planned for next year up to speed. You should not be looking to be behind going into this new year. You should be looking to take advantage of it, and all of your plans should already be in order on how you're going to accomplish this. If you needed a fitness coach, get yourself a fitness coach. If you needed to work on a business plan, go work on that business plan. Regardless of what it is, you should already be ahead of the game by now, because if you're not ahead by now, you're behind. A key component to make sure that Quarter 1 goes as smoothly as possible is to make sure you have a routine. Now, with my routine, I'll base it off of improving my training, my nutrition, and my supplementation. Supplementation has been one of my biggest lackers this year. I've been inconsistent with taking things like creatine, micronutrients like magnesium and sodium, vitamins like vitamin D3, things like fish oils, the whole nine. One thing that I really want to focus on is cutting away that 25 pounds and keeping it off long term and good this time around. For the past few months, I've been up and down simply because of this whole move to Houston, and it's been a little tougher for me to stay on track because I'm over here making sure that I got everything paid off. I'm over here making sure that I got furniture and things of that nature, and while also doing that, trying to find a steady gym to go to. And it's just not exactly the most ideal thing to do when you're trying to juggle all these things. You're still trying to stay in shape. It's a little tough. I'm going into this new year with a full head of steam, making sure that I have everything planned and squared away with a full routine. I need to make sure I'm really monitoring my energy levels and making sure that I'm getting the best circulation, optimize my blood levels. Stuff like that can easily drop while you are cutting. The reason I mention that is because Inno Supps actually sent me out there Nitro with Magnum, and I'm super excited about this just because I am somebody who, when it comes to cutting, I take things to the extreme. Now, the sole purpose of this is to amplify things like sexual function, bring it to your full male peak performance by enhancing your circulation and stamina. So something I'm hoping to be getting from this product is to improve those things. Now, granted, this is just a simple part of my full-blown routine that I'm definitely going to be going over in future videos, but I wanted to touch on this since Inno Supps sent me this directly. The biggest catalyst in this product is something called the Black V Cube, which apparently has actually a few studies to back it, which I went over on my computer to make sure that this stuff was fact-checked, and it shows that in individuals with erectile dysfunction, it did help improve erectile function and response time for those individuals. Now, granted, everybody does not have ED, so I hope to God that you don't think that this is obviously going to always work for everybody, but if it worked in individuals that already have an issue, it's better to be proactive than reactive. What I will say is just a disclaimer, that was one study that mentioned the improvements, so understand that you want to have multiple sources if you are going to just sit there and dabble into things like this, or just take it at your own discretion and just trust what you want to trust. Anything that Inno Supps has sent me in the past, I genuinely do think that the products have good ingredients, and I've seen improvements with things such as the T-Drive, the Nighttime Shred, and the other form of Nitro wood that I got about a year ago. Now, while they do have products for both male and female, this is primarily a male performance product. A lot of supplements don't also talk about things like this, but this is something that you could actually take daily. Matter of fact, I recommend that you take this once a day for at least 3 days at a time to see the actual benefits of it. A lot of times it takes your body time to absorb the nutrients and for you to see the full effects, so understand that you are not going to see results in a day. Matter of fact, 3 days might even be too short of a time. I would expect about 2 to 3 weeks before you actually can just throw the product off or completely implement it into your routine. But I did just want to give my honest feedback and review of the product and its ingredients, and I do believe that this is something that could possibly be a pretty solid product to implement into your nutrition. Just make sure that you go and research it yourself and research the ingredients within it to make sure it's safe for you to use and it's also optimal for you to use. A lot of times certain supplements might not be conducive towards your health. For example, it's really easy to over consume things like vitamin D3 or iron and completely mess up the absorption. This is a no bull review. I'm here to tell you what I think is going to work, not to tell you what's going to directly work for you. So make sure you take everything I said with a grain of salt. But what I will say is I'm here to optimize my performance, so I think that you guys should be looking to do the same thing. So it's important to be open to new products, methods, whatever it may be. The next YouTube video will be dropping in a few days, so make sure you guys decide to continue to be better than the person you were yesterday. And check out Inno Supps if you honestly want to try the product for yourself. Take care.